Come on, cross here. You can cross here. Come on. Oh dear. You were jumping that bit. It's a bit narrower, was it? We'll go further up then. Come on. Look at the little face. Come on. Come on, here. Come on. Up here. Come on, up here. Come on. Bella, come on. Round this way. There. There. Bella, round here. Round here. Not there. Bella. Not there. Oh, you're doing a toilet. Here. Here. Come on, jump across. Come on. Oh, Bella. Oh. Alright, well, we've got to go a bit further up. Come on then, let's go up here. Oh, oh dear. Come on, you must be able to get across in a minute. Oh no, that's quite, don't go there, that's quite fast. Oh, come on, Betty, you should better get across there. Come on then. Go on then. Go on then. Go on then. Good girl. Good girl. You don't know. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Steady, steady. Alright, well, we got Bella across the Great Divide. Across the Great Divide. If you've seen one of my videos, it's probably 2 or 3 at least years ago now. No, it's more than that. It's probably like 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe you're not 5, but it goes back a few years. And I was on the Southern Moor, and I walk up a mine, and when you get to the top of where I encamped, the mine, unless the bit that I'm in is just a small section of it, that particular mine seems quite small. Here Okay, I'm not saying that this is like a massive mine, but the mine goes all the way over there. We're kind of reaching the back of it here, all the way over there, and then, well, I can't really say all the way over there, and then there. This is a pretty big mine here. So I'm not an expert on Dartmoor at all. You know, I come here and walk. I don't study it. I don't really know anything about Dartmoor other than it's full of bogs. You got adders here. It's one of our bigger national parks. Yeah, you know, I don't really know much about it, but I'm assuming that this is one of the bigger old mines of Dartmoor, because like I said, this is kind of the back of it. That's the back left side of it, and it just stretches all the way over there, which has to be a few hundred meters. And then you've got these big pile heap things up here. Seems pretty big to me. I'm sure in comparison to some mines it's probably like just a scraping on a side or something, but yeah, so I just wanted to show you that you can see the flag up on a hare tor, and there's a flag just up there on the, so that would be the side near but not quite sort of near Chat Tor, is it? I think it's Chat Tor, that one that you can't see. But now it's Lassie just fell in a bog. Oh. Oh. There's a bit of bog here, not much. Alright, well, I don't know where we're going to go. I think we'll try and go up there, and then we'll walk along and around. I think it'd be nice to try and get to Bleak House. I've not got anything with me, so if we need a drink we'll have to take it like the dogs do, but we'll just see whether we get there today. If we don't get there today, then we'll get there tomorrow. But they're firing today and tomorrow. I'm not sure about Friday, but so we can't go up that way. Oh, Bella, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. It's like Lassie went down. Look at Bella, just straight down there. But oh God, look at Bella go. Oh my God. And Lassie's like, we're just gonna go up this way. There's common sense for you. We're just gonna go this way. Keeping an eye on me, looking back all the time. I'm thinking he's going this way. Constantly looking back. Bella's just flown down flying back up again, and I says like, well, who's gonna who's gonna get to the path first, the snail or the hare? And the snail gets to the path first. They're quite right, aren't they, about the speedy. Alright, well, when we come back, it might be worth, we'll either go back a completely different way, or if we come back this way, we'll try and remember Lass's snail path down there, because camp obviously is over there. Yeah, so this is really the top of the mine. So all of this area up over to there, and all this round here. It's funny, from up here, when you're looking down on it, it doesn't look as big. It's still pretty big, but it's like when you're actually standing in it and you get that perspective of size. It's probably why to me it looks it looks so big. Well, we had to get a joke in there somewhere, didn't we? Alright, so we're gonna carry on walking along here, and we will catch up in Minuito. There's a little bit of snow and ice on the ground, just little pockets here and there, not much. So that's Great Links Tor, and you can see it's like they mined all of that down there, and then they sort of accidentally started mining this little bit here, and then oops, just, oh, don't worry, no one's going to notice, we'll just do that little bit, up there as well. So the mine carries on in that direction. It's no wonder on the, so they must have carried, so how did they get it out? So because that's nearer the valley floor, kind of, but the other side of that, you've got that, obviously now it's a path, but you know, an old railway line, obviously a mining railway line, that goes around the back of Great Links Tor, and then down over that way. So I don't know how they, so did they sort of mine up and out, or is the railway that's the other side for something else? It's one other walker up through there, but it's I can't tell you the actual temperature. It's I think, going by the forecast, it's about 1 or 2 degrees, maybe 3. It's not much. And then of course that dreaded wind chill probably has got it down around about 0, maybe -1. But I must admit, I've probably got too much on, and I probably should take this coat off, but because I didn't bring anything with me, which is Very good, isn't it? Don't do what I do. Even if you go off for the day, I mean, to be fair, we're really not going to go far and we're not going to get into trouble here, but if you're in the Cairngorms and you're going off for the day, take a pack and provisions with you. But I must admit, it's kind of a bit further than I was expecting, but we'll go on a bit more. We'll kind of see on time and everything. We're not in any rush. So yeah, they're firing. You can hear their guns and rockets and mortars and artillery, A-10s, F-111s. There's probably a few Sky Raiders flying around down there as well. Not to mention Spitfires. Probably an old Sopwith Camel has been flying down there as well. What did they have before that? Probably like a balloon or something. So we're just following this path. We're going roughly the right direction. Should have brought it's definitely a bit further than I thought. I definitely should have brought my bag pack with me and just chucked a water in, even if I didn't have an energy bar, but I should have put water in. Never mind, it's a bit silly. Then I could have taken this Paramo jacket off, because I've got a merino base layer, I've got an Outdoor Research shirt, so do check out Outdoor Research's shirts, because they did send me this one, which was nice of them. I distracted myself doing my influencing. And then the Vaporize, and then the Paramo on top of that. And now that I'm actually walking, and we've got that sun out, it's quite warm walking anyway. It wouldn't be standing around. How long have we been walking now? It's 25:02, so we've been walking 35 minutes. I was thinking about an hour total, but well, I think that is okay for the moment. It'd kind of be interesting to see how she gets on. She's alright at the moment. And as I mentioned, I don't think one marginally longer walk now and again is too bad for Bella. I don't think we're too far, because that's Great Lints, and that's those tours there, pretty sure is the one above Bleak House, so we probably will get to it. We'll try to do that. I'm making it sound like it's like I was doing some ultra high. The trolls are gonna love this, aren't they? Mind you, it's good fun to give the trolls some food. And that's Green Tor over there, just the other side. I remember 2003 with Sue, we'd never come to Dartmoor ever, and it was misty. I had a silver, one of those big yellow silver GPS units that just gave you a grid reference. You could put a route into it, but you had to put the grid reference in. So basically you put a grid reference in, and then you type in another grid reference, and then you type in another grid reference, and that was how you use that one. So if you got the wrong grid reference in, because you had to put it in manually, you had to take the grid reference from the map. So you had to look at the map, work out the grid reference. So obviously your grids are your up and down and left and right, your north and your easting things. And then you had to, obviously the first two numbers were easy because obviously they were the lines, and then you had to work out how far along the line you were as to whether you were, you know, effectively 1 to 9 really. So you had to do that on the northings and the eastings, if they are called. I'm sure they're called northings and eastings. I don't think they're called southerns and westings. And then it would just direct you. We had no map. I mean, obviously we took a map and compass, so I could look at the map. But to be fair, to be honest, back then I didn't really fully understand the map. Could have been interesting if the GPS had broken. I think would have known enough to just think, okay, well, the road from here, that's north, east, south. The road is west, so let's just go west, and you'd get back one way or another that way. So anyway, so 2003 May, I think it was May 2003 was the first time. So given that we're coming up to May, well, a couple more months obviously, but 2025, so I've been coming here 22 years. So yeah, so this, you know, this area here was the first place that I ever walked to with Sue back then. We had Sasha, which was my crossbreed of all sorts of funny things. She was so sweet, she was a lovely dog. She was one of my favourites. Oh, they've all been favourites. But I have to say that Sasha kind of has a special place in my heart, because she was like the first. We had another collie cross called Judy. That was her mum's dog, and she looked after her mum, and nobody could get near her mum if Judy didn't want. Her mum had to tell Judy that we had permission to approach. So Judy was a sweetie, but I didn't really have much to do with her. I kept her at arm's length. And then we got Sasha. So we had Sasha and Judy at the same time. And the story with Sasha, I probably have told this before, but Mum went down the local shop. So my granddad was alive. We still had Judy. This is probably like late 80s. late 80s. This is probably late 80s, very late 80s. And her mum went down to the local shop and she heard that there was some woman who had a puppy that she didn't want, and you know, wasn't looking after it properly. So mum asked the shopkeeper which house it was, and her mum went along to the house, knocked on the door. The woman apparently opened the door, and her mum just walked in, picked up Sasha and just walked out. And apparently mum said, well, if you're not going to look after this dog, then I'm going to have it. And the woman said, good riddance. So that's how we got Sasha. Oh, those were the days. So yeah, so we had Sasha and obviously Bess. And Bess was a collie German Shepherd cross. So like I said, we used that silver GPS thing. It got us down to Bleak house down here, and then I remember walking over there with Sue to Green Tor, and we've been walking around Cheddar quite a lot. And we were taking a little stove with us, so we always cooked. So when we went walking, we turned it into a little sort of day expedition, and we took food with us. You know, I don't mean like big, not Paul Messner fry-ups, you know, but you know, boiling the bag meal, tinned rice, baked beans. I do remember going over there, and I remember opening a tin. I can't remember if it was baked beans or rice, it's a bit too long ago, but I do remember, and it was as windy as hell. And I remember going, we sheltered behind Green Tor, and we had something to eat behind there, and I don't quite know what we were really planning on doing. I think we wanted to try to go across to pick up the path or something. I can't remember, but I remember it was blowing a gale. I remember the grass, I mean, maybe it was the same length as this, and maybe when you've never seen it, because obviously we'd never been out here, you know. I mean, this was like the this was like the middle of Afghanistan in a war zone. You know, I'm just meaning remoteness, you know what I mean. You know, it was like being in the middle of a jungle to us out here. And I think in the end we somehow, I can't remember whether the GPS pointed us or whether I took a compass bearing, or I don't know, but I think in the end we just went kind of just in a straight line to get to that track, so that we could get to that track and back, because I must admit it was quite nerve-wracking that first time. Alright, well that's Bleak house, so let's head over to it, see whether we can get Bella across the water here. Those sheep have disappeared. This might be a challenge. I don't know which way we're going to go back from here. Yeah, so we got to Bleak house. She jumped across. There's a very narrow bit there that she didn't even hesitate to. I stepped across. It went well, I had put the camera away, but I kind of stepped across, went to get the camera out to film her getting across, and then she was right behind me. And then, yeah, and then this is Bleak house, mine. So obviously this would be the mine that would go up to the rail line up over there. So you see there's a tour on the side of the hill, so the railway line or the tram line, mining, you know, obviously it's not passengers. I don't think they didn't have day trips coming out here in the 1800s for people to come and have a look at the mine. Was kind of just down in the valley and really just went around the valley. All right, well, what we'll do is it's 10 to, so it's taken 50 minutes to get here. So Les is still going okay after 50 minutes. This is more than Lassie has walked in one go in a long time, because at home, like I said, I take them out. I think we can go that way. Go around here. I take them out a couple of times a day, but for like shorter walks. But it's good to know that Lassie is okay for, obviously by the time we get back we would have been out for a pretty much non-stop walking, nearly 2 hours. Yeah. Oh, these stones. I hate walking on stones. Really don't like walking on stones. I don't know why, but they're just awkward. They're awkward and fiddly, and I prefer walking on just, well, a nice path is nice. So there is a bridge here. We're literally coming up to the bridge. So I think what we'll do is, I think we'll cross the bridge and then we'll go pretty much back the way we came. We could kind of go down the valley, but this river's going to get bigger and bigger as we go down, and it's only going to get more difficult to cross going down. So I really don't see, and we have been walking a while. I really don't want to push it with these two at the moment. So this is the sensible thing to do. I'm not one of those YouTube channels that goes out for adventure and views of we struggle to cross life-threatening deadly river crossing. Alright, well, we'll catch up in we might go this way though. We'll see where this path here goes, because we're at least this side, because we can go around the valley. I'll probably join up with that at some point. Yeah, so like I said, that's kind of a special place, that one, along with Bractor. This whole area around here is lots of memories. The biggest one I remember with Sue is I'd be walking along, because I've always been quite a quick walker. I'm probably not as quick now as I was 20 years ago, but I was always quite a quick walker, and she was definitely a lot slower than me, and she was always behind me. She was always behind, because she was just slower. So of course I had to stop regularly, because clearly I wasn't going to just walk off into the distance and, you know, and leave leave her behind. And the number of times I'd look back and she'd be walking along, and then we would just fall down, sit down, slip over, disappear in a hole. I swear she spent more time on the ground of Dartmoor than she did walking across it. Oh God. Right. Alright, well, we're gonna wander along and then we'll catch up. I've said that a few, oh God, said that a few times. Yeah, so basically we will just follow these poles and this will take us back to camp pretty much. So that's Chat Tor. So there should be, I think the Willsworthy range, or whatever that range over there is called, I think kind of comes around over there somewhere. So I think this part here, even though it's got the poles, this you can walk in at this moment because they're not firing there. They're firing on that range over there. But this is the Oakhampton range, so you could go in there if you want to. And then I was just looking over there, and right through there, you've got Cut Hill in the back, and then you've got Fir Tor just through there. A little bit of snow on the top coming through in the sun. I've come away from the poles. They're kind of going up over there, and the path kind of disappeared, but I think we're going to have to go. Looks like there's a oh, there's a path through here. Don't ever follow me. And I always lose the path, but there's a path through here, so we'll follow this path because it's probably going to take us around the top, hopefully, of the mine thing, valley mine thing. So you can see Brat Tor over there, Arms Tor, Great Links Tor. So we'll slowly make our way back. See where this, I think this path is disappearing. You see there's that path there goes up to Chat Tor. Like I said, it's firing. Although I think once, a long time ago in a galaxy far away, when I was doing one of my early walks and camps, I think I did walk up there when they were firing, because it's only just the other side of the posts, just to go and have a look. And we didn't get shot. Yeah, that's probably going back to when I had Bess, I expect. I think this path is disappearing again. Talking, but I can't see. Can't see a path, so I think we do need to go around that though. We don't want to be going we could, if we'd have gone back the way we came, then we could have made it easy on ourselves and used Lass's little valley. Well, I think the dogs have found a path there. I think what happens is, I think when you get to like really rough stuff, the path kind of disappears, and then when you get the other side of the rough stuff, the path kind of reappears. Well, that's what it seems anyway. All right, I'm gonna oh my God. I kind of think, what am I going to talk about when I'm out, and I just sort of point the camera and waffle away. All right, well, we've made it back to camp. I'd left the solar panel out, and it's got a little stand on the back, but unfortunately it blew over face down, so we haven't gained anything, so that's a little bit annoying. But we're coming up to 1 o'clock, so we've still got, we've still got 4 hours, so we'll see how much percentage we get in 4 hours with it there. It's just kind of playing around with it, really, just to experiment. So yeah, so anyway, this is camp. Again, I think the breeze is going to pick up tomorrow, but I haven't put out the back panel things. I've got some pegs if necessary, but yeah, I haven't bothered putting those out. It was quite breezy last night. I'm using Ron's pole here, and that did okay last night in the breeze. I feel, I'm not sure I would want to extend it too much, so check out my poles video. But I have to say, it was sturdy enough. There wasn't a moment last night when I was worried about it. So yeah, that did okay last night. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't howling a gale or anything, but it was, it was definitely on the breezy side. And I think tomorrow night particularly is going to get breezier. But yeah, that's a look around camp. We were just under 2 hours in total walking. I think cup of tea is in order. I'll put some food out for them in a minute. Hopefully they settle down for a bit.